A blessed and joyful fifth Sunday of Easter, my dear friends. The Gospel today opens with the comforting words of the Lord. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Let us remember that He said these words to the disciples prior to His passion and death. With these words, He reminded them to have faith in God and in Him. He showed His love and concern for them by assuring them that there are many dwelling places in the Father's house, and He will bring them there. That is, where He is, there will they also be. In effect, He is saying, whatever may happen, whether the mountains may fall and the seas may rage and foam, we will be together. However, Jesus did not promise a problem-free journey. There will be times that one goes astray, gets lost, and becomes clueless of the way. Thomas articulated this, "Master, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" Jesus answers this by pointing to Himself as the way, the truth, and the life. This sums up the vocation of every disciple. Instead of walking down the highways, the fancy streets, profitable lanes, and glamorous roads of the world, the Christian pursues the humble way of Christ. In a world full of lies, ideologies, and strange teachings, the disciple embraces the truth himself. And in a world yielding to sin and death, the Lord who raised the dead, and He who Himself rose from the dead, is the only one who can give us life that is no longer subject to corruption and decay. But this remained blurry for a while, especially to Philip, who also represents us when we are attacked with doubts and bouts of the lack of clarity in our faith. As a reply, Jesus upgraded the challenge to know and believe in Him and His works, as fully God and fully man, the visible image of the Father. As a result, the disciples will become apostles and will continue the work of the Lord, much like how they chose 7 deacons to edify the church in the first reading, so that through their witnessing, despite the discouragements and troubles, the people will recognize the way, the truth, and the life that this world is still struggling to pursue, believe, and pray for, or sadly, reject like the stone, referring to Christ in the second reading today. The stone which the builders rejected, but had become the cornerstone. Today, in the prayer over the offerings, the Church prays in the most holy sacrifice of the Mass, that, as we have come to know your truth, we may make it ours by a worthy way of life. This means our apostolic life becomes a magnifier and an amplifier of this truth. This is what also the prayer after communion poses as a challenge to us, to pass from former ways to newness of life. And in the collect, we pray to God that He accomplish the Paschal mystery within us, that those He pleased to make new in holy baptism, disciples and apostles of Christ, may, under His protective care, bear much fruit and come to the joys of life eternal. In all these, as we pray, work, and live to accomplish this task, we remember the words of the Lord. Do not let your hearts be troubled. And together with the psalmist, we confidently respond, Lord, let your mercy be on us as we place our trust in you. My dear friends, once again, a blessed and joyful Easter. Alleluia.